It was a moment the cameras didn't catch. A moment behind closed palace doors. But the aftermath? It's written all over her face. Princess Catherine, graceful, poised, and always composed, was seen holding back tears during a quiet withdrawal from public duties. For a woman whose strength has become her crown, this was something different. And it all began with a conversation no mother should ever have to face. A conversation that shattered her heart and may have changed the royal family forever. Princess Catherine was never meant to be the story. Her role had always been supportive, loyal wife to the future king, dedicated mother to the heirs of the throne, and the steady, composed royal who never cracked under pressure. But in January 2024, the narrative shifted. A planned abdominal surgery became something much more serious. The words preventative chemotherapy were mentioned. Then, quietly, the palace confirmed it. Catherine had cancer. The nation was stunned. The royal family is known for its stiff upper lip, but this news sent shockwaves through the monarchy. It wasn't just about a future queen's health. It was about the heartbeat of the next generation. And as the world held its breath, Catherine disappeared from view, beginning a quiet, grueling battle behind palace walls. Behind the scenes, Catherine wasn't just fighting a medical diagnosis. She was preparing for a conversation that would test every ounce of her emotional strength. Her children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, are still young, innocent, protected by palace protocols and carefully managed appearances. But there are some things you can't hide forever. At some point, every child in that family would have to know the truth. Their mother was sick, and not the kind of sick that passes with a few days of rest. This was serious, life-altering, and for Catherine, telling them meant breaking the very illusion she had tried so hard to maintain, that she was unbreakable, untouchable, safe. And so, in a private room inside Windsor Castle, Catherine sat her children down. The weight of what she was about to say, crushing, and the strength she showed in that moment. The kind of strength you never see in public, but never forget in private. Prince George, the eldest, was the first to understand. He's always been known for his quiet maturity, a young boy growing up in the shadow of a crown. When Catherine spoke, his face changed. His questions came quickly. His voice cracked. He wanted to be strong, just like his mother. But the news shattered something inside him. Princess Charlotte, close beside him, stayed quiet, observing, processing. And then, like any child seeking comfort, she wrapped her arms around her mother and held on tight. Because even without understanding the full scope, she felt the shift in energy, the sadness, the gravity. Little Louis, the bright spark of the family, was confused. At his age, words like treatment and illness don't carry the same weight. But he felt it. He saw it in their eyes. And he knew something had changed. Catherine, through all of it, never let go. She held her children close, told them everything would be okay, and reminded them of the one truth that still stood. She loved them more than anything in the world. It's hard enough for any mother to explain illness to her children. But Catherine isn't just any mother. She's the Princess of Wales, a future queen, a woman whose every move is scrutinized by the world. And yet, in that moment, she wasn't a royal. She wasn't a figurehead. She was just a mom, trying to shield her children from the storm she herself was trapped inside. The royal family, as always, tried to present a unified front. She's doing well. She's recovering. She's grateful for privacy. These were the headlines. But insiders knew the truth. Behind the walls of Kensington Palace, a very real battle was being fought. One not just of health, but of image control and raw human emotion. Then came the silence. For months, Catherine was absent. No public appearances. No statements beyond carefully written press releases. Speculation ran wild, but the palace refused to feed the flames. It wasn't until June 2025, during Children's Hospice Week, that a crack appeared in the palace wall. Catherine released a statement, short, emotional, and powerful. She apologized for missing Royal Ascot, one of the crown's most cherished events. Her reason? She was focusing on healing and being with her children. That single line said more than 1,000 interviews could. Catherine wasn't just skipping a royal obligation. She was choosing motherhood, choosing family, choosing what really matters when everything else begins to fall apart. And that's the burden she now carries. Not just as a cancer survivor, not just as a mother, but as the woman expected to one day wear the crown. The monarchy is built on the idea of endurance, of continuity. But Catherine is showing the world something else. That true strength isn't found in pretending everything is fine. It's found in showing vulnerability and rising anyway. She returned to the public eye slowly, cautiously, and each appearance told a story, not of weakness, but of survival. The bags under her eyes weren't hidden. The weight loss wasn't masked. And yet she smiled. She greeted. She waved. Because that's what leaders do. They walk through fire and then light the way for others. The effects of this chapter won't fade quickly. Catherine's children now understand something most royal heirs never learned so young. That crowns don't protect against heartbreak. That even the most powerful families can be shaken by fear, uncertainty, and loss. But from this pain, something powerful began to take root. Behind the palace gates, George started asking deeper questions, not just about illness, but about responsibility, about family. He's no longer just the next in line. He's a boy who's seen the strength of his mother and realized that leadership doesn't start with a crown. It starts with compassion. Charlotte, always observant, took on a new role as well. No longer the quiet middle child, she became a gentle presence of support. Palace staff noted how she's become more nurturing, more present with her younger brother, more protective in ways beyond her years. It's as if Catherine's grace has started echoing through her daughter. And little Louis? His laughter returned slowly, but when it did, it became something sacred. A reminder that even after the storm, joy can return, and often it's the youngest who show us how to smile again. Together, the three of them began building something new, not just memories of the past, but a future shaped by resilience. The palace remained grand, the duties continued, but inside the royal nursery, healing was happening. Quietly, tenderly, as a family. And in that healing, Catherine's greatest hope lives on. Not in tradition, not in headlines, but in the bond she's built with her children. A bond forged in pain, but sealed in love. Today, as the world watches the royal family navigate a new future, one truth remains. Catherine is no longer just the supportive royal spouse. She's a symbol of resilience. A woman who faced one of the darkest chapters of her life, not with silence, but with courage. She could have hidden. She could have shielded her children with lies. But instead, she told them the truth. She let them see her cry. She let them in. And that moment, quiet, devastating, and deeply human, may have changed the royal family forever. Because when history looks back at Princess Catherine, it won't just see the poised queen beside the throne. It will see the mother who chose honesty over image, love over protocol, and healing over perfection. And that may be her most powerful legacy of all. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.